in our next segment, we will see a nail art. We will show you how to go about with a nail art. We can have our own imaginations of patterns for the nails. Have a look. Beauty tip: strengthen your nails by eating calcium-rich diet or buy skin and nail supplement which strengthen your nails and skin. Even fish oil is good for both nails and hair. Many activities can be done by yourself and require neither technical expertise nor much in the way of equipment. Just your willingness to give it a go. Now let's move to the fitness segment. This time Nivedita will show us how to get the extra flap discarded around the legs. So for everyone having flabby legs, try this exercise to have slim and beautiful legs.
Most complaints that I get from women, other than the core and abdominals, is how do I get, my legs in shape? A lot of times people say, oh, I have this extra bit on the side, how do I get rid of that? Or, how do I tone my calves? Right. Okay, so the legs...
they have flabby legs.
Absolutely. Because women tend to hold body fat on arms and legs. Okay, which we call our hips. So basically legs are lots of different muscles. I'm just going to highlight on the main muscles. Okay, you have something called quads, quadriceps, which are right here, the front of your leg. Okay, then at the back of your leg, these are your calves. Okay, and the top part of your back leg is called hamstrings. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one exercise that kind of hits all these areas, which is called a squat. I'm going to show you the right form of a squat and I'm going to show you the wrong form of a squat. It's very key, and if you do a wrong squat, you definitely will have pressure in your knees. That's why a lot of people, when I tell them to do squats, they refuse to do them because they think that, oh, that's going to give me problems with my knees. So make sure your form is correct for squats and make sure your form is correct for lunges. And we are going to do some inner thigh and outer thigh work, which is floor work, which you can do at home as well. Okay, so the wrong form of a squat. What I don't want people to do is bend with their knees, okay? It's the natural tendency of your body to do this.
Okay.
You're not bending. Ideally, you have to push your butt back and go down. Your knees are bending in the process, but that's not how you're doing. Okay. Pretend you're sitting in a chair. Pretend there's a chair behind you and you have to sit on it. So you're never going to do this with your knees to sit on a chair that's behind you. So Glaffy will demonstrate so if you see, she's almost going back like she's sitting on a chair and then coming up. Okay, she's not bending with her knees go down in the process, but she's not. And the ideal form is your knees and toes are in one line. Your knees should never go beyond your toes. And if you're going to bend your knees forward, your knees will go beyond your toes.
Exactly.
Okay, that's an injury waiting to happen. Your shoulders, basically the right form is your shoulders, your knees and your toes are in one line. So this is the right form of a squat. Make sure your knees do not go beyond your toes.
Okay.
And it's in one straight line.
This is the right form.
Yes. The key to remember is your knees should not extend beyond your toes. If you're bending, you see what's happening here? This is wrong. She's bending forward with her knees and look where, if I draw a straight line, her knees are...
Yes, it is extending.
Yeah, so you need to push yourself back. People who are scared of using weights can actually put a chair behind them and actually sit lightly, touch and come up. You know, sit lightly, touch and come up. So it really works out your glutes, you know. So that's one of them, squats. Now the proper form of a lunge, okay. So I'll have her put her right leg in front, okay. The back leg, okay, watch the back leg. I want the back leg to be like this, heel off the floor, and I want it to stay in this form the entire time. So Glaffy is going to go down and come up, go down and come up.
Okay, without the knee touching the
without the heel
floor.
touching, without the knee touching the floor. But I don't want this. A lot of people do kind of rock back. See, her foot is not going back, it's staying where it is. Okay, this part stays where it is. A lot of people rock this back. They put this down again and they take it up again.
Yeah, that's the wrong form.
That puts tremendous pressure on your knees.
Okay.
Okay, because you're putting your entire body weight on your knees and you're rocking back and forth. And you know, which will obviously aggravate a knee injury or will cause a knee injury eventually when you start using heavier weights and things like that. So between lunges and squats, you pretty much have your legs covered. Okay, as far as weights are concerned.
Whatever she did is with one leg. So same thing goes
Absolutely,
with the second one.
same thing goes with the other leg. There are a couple of floor exercises, okay? There's outer thigh and inner thigh, which can be done in the privacy of your home. You lay down, okay? Your lower leg is bent so that you can isolate your upper leg, okay? And then Glaffy is going to lift her leg up, but not too high, okay? If you lift your leg all the way here, it takes away the momentum of working your, this is the area it works, your outer thigh, okay? So she's just going to come up halfway, down and up. So you're using your outer thigh, this part right here, to lift your leg weight up and down. And the same thing applies here, 20 on this side, 20 on the other side. And you can do 2 or 3 sets, whatever you're comfortable with. So this is an outer thigh. So I'm going to just, because she's already on this side, show you the inner thigh, okay? The top leg, now we are working the inner thigh of the other leg. The top leg is bent in front and this leg is raised up and down. So you're basically using the muscles of the inner thigh to raise the leg up and down. So squats, lunges, inner and outer thigh, and you've pretty much, you know, got your whole leg covered. There is one more exercise which I'm going to show. Okay, ideally I prefer people not doing this with weights unless they've been training for a while. So when you start off, one leg is up and you're doing the same squat motion where you're basically not just bending forward with your knees but sitting back and up. It helps you with balance. You use your core to stabilize yourself, your abdominals, okay, and you're basically working the glute and the quadriceps of the leg that's down on the floor. So you do this and then you turn around and do the same thing on the other side. Well, is she
working on one leg, that is the right leg, right? At the moment.
Yeah, she's working on the leg that's on the floor, okay? And then when she puts that down and goes on the other side, she's working on the other side. So the leg that's down on the floor is working, the quads and the glutes.
Okay. Can you take break in between to go on to the other side because you'll be already shivering then?
Yeah, you can, but the break shouldn't be like 2 minutes long, you know? Ideally, 30 seconds
or 15
is,
seconds.
Yeah, you know, 10, whatever it takes for you to, you know, get your ground and then start on the other side.
Okay.
So this pretty much, you know, you really don't, my whole proposition is you really don't need to be a part of a gym. You know, if you can do some of these, if you can be dedicated and motivated to do these things at home, I think you can pretty much do it all in it. If you're dedicated and motivated, you can do all of this at home and You just need to know that you're doing the right form though.
Health tips: drink a glass of water soaked with jeera and stone sugar overnight to get rid of urinary infections. Every day, drink 1 glass of carrot juice. It's very easy and good for health. That's all we had for you in this episode. If you have any queries on fashion, beauty tips or fitness, feel free to write into me at greta@prudentmedia.in. Till then, take care and mwah.